What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Canelo Alvarez, Yildirm. I was looking at a article, okay, and we know Yildirm is the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez as he strives to become undisputed at 168. And the article states that Canelo commented on, and he had this to say about Yildirm. He says that you have to be careful with each and every fight because one punch can change everything. You know, and I thought about it, and the first thing came to mind was build-up. You have to sell a fight that nobody really wants to see. And you guys can remember, Yildirm was a guy that was chosen by Canelo Alvarez before he actually had to fight him. This is really what spiraled him away from Golden Boy and the drama with the Zone. Because Yildirm was a guy that he chose, okay? And no one wanted to see that fight. And in a pandemic, who wants to pay Canelo Alvarez, or anybody for that matter, $33 million? Right, so that was the problem. Because he was structured to give people the fights that they wanted to see. So the networks backed that fighter because that fighter has followers, and that followers expected a certain caliber of fighter, and so did they. Now that he's the mandatory, he says, well, hey, you have to be careful with each and every fight, or each and every fight, you know, one punch could change everything. I get that. But this doesn't apply to Canelo Alvarez. Probably everybody or anybody except him. Because when you got a guy that's never been to the canvas or never been knocked out, been rocked maybe a couple times in his career, it's hard for you to believe that. Coming from a man, Yildirm, no disrespect to Yildirm, he's like 21, 2, and 12 or something like that, right? He's lost to Anthony Durrell, and he's lost to Chris Eubank Jr. Now, those guys aren't bums, but at the end of the day, they're no Canelo Alvarez either. Not saying every style doesn't exist, because each matchup for each person is a matchup for each person. Each pair of people that fight is going to have a different outcome. I understand that. But coming from someone that has 12 knockouts and 21 wins and 2 losses by guys that you wouldn't even favor Canelo to lose by, the chances are this is just a build-up fight, and Canelo Alvarez has to say something to save face, something to build this fight, something that keeps you intrigued. Hell, he needs to go out there and say, hey, you know, claim he injured something. That would be a good thing. Tyson Fury does it all the time. He injured his leg, he goes out there hopping and jumping, right? But I think, you know, this fight is coming on February 27th on the Zone. You know, it's going to be another classic, another classic showcase Canelo fight, honestly. You know, and a lot of Canelo's fights, you know, has looked like a showcase fight, you know, despite who he's fighting. So, you know, you can't get pissed off about the last couple opponents, but Yildirm to say, oh, well, you know, one punch can change everything, coming from a guy that has a chin like Juggernaut, right? And when I say Juggernaut, I mean Joe Joyce, right? So the guy got a chin like Joe Joyce and says, hey, yeah, one punch could change everything. Well, no, not in your case, Canelo. One punch would probably, you know, and then the defense of Canelo, he's not going to get caught with anything like that. Now, could he bring his guard down? Yeah, he could. But chances with Canelo that stays in the gym because he's on a mission, I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. I doubt that would be the outcome of that particular fight. I see Canelo Alvarez just either carrying on Yildirm, because remember, they were hugged up in a gym taking pictures together. You normally don't see that with Canelo Alvarez.